On Storyboard today, I&B Minister Manish Tewari on the possibility of a ratings dark period. Even as BARC is confident that the new rating system will be launched on 1st October. And Smiley launches in India. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Pavni Mittal. The drama over the new guidelines for TV rating agencies continued to dominate the headlines this week. TAM shareholder Kantar Media filed a writ petition in the Delhi High Court against the guidelines for TV rating agencies, arguing that the cross-holding restrictions will force TAM to shut shop. Remember, TAM had been given 30 days from 16 January to comply. With BARC only starting services from October, the cloud of a ratings dark period looms over the television industry. But the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting seems unperturbed. Here's I&B Minister Manish Tewari explaining the necessity of the guidelines and the possibility of a period without TV ratings.
क्योंकि मामला अदालत के संज्ञान में है और क्योंकि मैं पेशे से वकील हूं, तो उसके ऊपर टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहता, पर मुझे अधिकतर और अक्सर ये लगता था कि जिस तरह का ये अरेंजमेंट था, मैं नहीं कह रहा कि गलत था, सही था, ये फैसला अदालत करेगी, पर ये कुछ ऐसा था कि आप एक लॉ फर्म में पार्टनर हों और साथ में अदालत में जज हों, तो ये जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है कि आप एडवर्टाइजर भी हैं, आप ब्रॉडकास्टर भी हैं और आप रेटिंग एजेंसीज या रेटिंग्स भी निकालते हैं, इसमें एक विरोधाभास है और इस विरोधाभास को हल करने की जरूरत है। जब डिजिटाइजेशन की प्रक्रिया शुरू की गई और डिजिटाइजेशन की प्रक्रिया का मुख्य उद्देश्य यही था कि एक तो उपभोक्ता को 60 की जगह 600 चैनल मिले, पर उसके साथ साथ जो आपका रेवेन्यू मॉडल है, जो टोटली इश्तेहारों के ऊपर निर्भर था, उसको बदलकर सब्सक्राइबर रेवेन्यू भी आना शुरू हो। तो ये जब प्रक्रिया शुरू की गई थी, अगर आपको याद हो कि उस समय भी रेटिंग्स बंद की गई थी, क्योंकि सारा लैंडस्केप जो था वो अनसेटल्ड था। तो जो आप ये डार्क पीरियड की बात कर रहे हैं, ये पहली बारी नहीं है कि रेटिंग्स का डार्क पीरियड हुआ है। पूरी डिजिटाइजेशन की प्रक्रिया के दौरान रेटिंग सस्पेंड कर रखी और वो भी इंडस्ट्री के कहने के ऊपर सस्पेंड की थी, क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री का ये मानना था कि जब सब ये उथल पुथल हो रही है, केबल काट कर डब्बे लगाए जा रहे हैं, तो जो भी रेटिंग्स आएंगी वो सही नहीं होगी। और अब जिस तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई है संजय जी, ये जो सेट टॉप बॉक्स है, इस सेट टॉप बॉक्स में वो क्षमता है, थोड़ी सी इंजीनियरिंग की जरूरत पड़ेगी कि आप 15 करोड़ जो घर हैं, चाहे डीटीएच हो, चाहे केबल हो, चाहे आईपीटीवी हो और चाहे टेरेस्ट्रियल भी हो, एक छोटा सा चिप लगाकर आप 15 करोड़ घरों में कौन व्यक्ति क्या देख रहा है उसको रियल टाइम मैप कर पाएंगे। तो ये एक ट्रांजिशन पीरियड है और ट्रांजिशन पीरियड में कुछ ना कुछ थोड़ी बहुत उथल-पुथल तो होती है।
The Delhi High Court will hear TAM's case on 29 January. Meanwhile, Broadcast Audience Research Council or BARC is confident that the new rating system will launch on 1st October. On Monday, the joint industry body formally announced its partnership with French company Médiamétrie, which will provide the know-how to use its low-cost watermark technology for the new TV ratings. The next step is to select vendors for panel management and meters. Storyboard met BARC CEO Partho Dasgupta and tech-comm member Paritosh Joshi to understand just how BARC plans to meet its deadlines.
Partho, to begin with, I want to sort of clarify something which has been written about, and we carried it on Storyboard as well, which was the issue of who is a vendor and who is not a vendor. The way we've interpreted it, without perhaps reading it right, was a television audience measurement company, if they worked for BARC, they too had to go for registration. Now I understand anybody who is a vendor to BARC, whether on the technology side or on the meter side or in the final delivery of data, none of them has to register. It's only BARC which has to register. Is that right?
It clearly says the rating agency. I mean, the word it I think uses is rating agency, which is basically the company which will own the data and put out the data.
Right.
Now, in this case, in the BARC case, it is clearly BARC who will own the data and put out the data.
Right.
So there may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever different parts to getting the data right.
Right.
From a technology point of view, from the panel point of view, from different other points of view. But all this will come together and the final ratings will be disseminated by BARC.
Right.
And the BARC will own the IP, own the data.
Right.
So, to that extent, BARC is a rating agency, none others are.
Right. Now, just for absolute clarity, today for the sake of theoretical argument, if you had TAM delivering some part of BARC's
Yes.
business, TAM does not have to register.
No, for this purpose.
So, to further underline,
Yeah.
if Martin Sorrell owned 100% of a company that was a vendor to BARC,
Yeah.
he does not have to register.
No,
Is that correct?
that's right.
Right. Paritosh, now that we have clarity on this, and it's very important to have this clarity, I think it solves a lot of issues. You've been part of the tech-comm and, you've played a pivotal role in making the final decision on mediametry and so on. So that is out of the way. Phase 2 and phase 3, one of the biggest concerns is, let us say, if TAM does not change its structure, there is no measurement for some time. Now, that some time was sort of unclear till it was clarified yesterday that BARC is supremely confident that it will get met by 1st October. So, share with us why you think October 1st is not a difficult target to meet.
There are two big chunks of work that need to get done for a rating system to happen. The first one is you need to have access to a panel.
Right.
The second one is you need to have access to the technology which will be housed in the panel's homes. The panel will emerge out of the Indian Leadership Survey because the IRS is also doing WT as the establishment study for BARC, and that is complete.
Right.
So that data is available. We can now dive into that data and start recruiting the panel at any given point in time. The technology was announced yesterday. Now, one of the things that you heard during the technology announcement is that the people meter devices, the metering devices that we will utilize, will be built on, sort of retail available hardware. So this is not going to be proprietary boxes. The core of the equipment that will be placed is going to be stuff that you can buy from Lavington Road.
Right.
So sourcing it is not difficult. It's a matter of system integrating, and that system integration exercise is something that Partho has been doing with the Mediametry people over the last month or so. So therefore, stuff that was happening in stealth mode was basically to prepare the ground for ensuring that the meters will be produced. So the meters are available, the panel homes are available. We will need a panel management agency, but those quotes are already with BARC.
Right.
So it's a matter of evaluating them and awarding the panel management agency contract.
Right.
So all the three big blocks are in place.
Partho, now, because we've had such a sort of unhappy time with measurement in the country overall, the expectation from BARC has become very, very high.
True.
Perhaps unfairly and unreasonably high. I would go that far.
Yeah.
As as we know with IRS, every time the IRS results come, you got 4 newspapers who go to court, and it's not as if we won't see a situation like that with BARC.
Yeah.
So especially with I think 2 particular aspects of the delivery. One is your niche and special interest channels. You will have unreliable data, more unreliable than it will be for the GECs. The other one was the area of integrity of people who are working. Now that is a human problem. That has got nothing to do with technology.
That's right.
And perhaps you can correct it with audit. How do you? First, I want Partho to react to both.
Okay. First, on the issue of criticism that is bound to come. See, we will do our best. Of course, I mean we are putting all the right things together. I think at every stage, starting from conceiving the project, how the whole thing will be divided, what will the structure of the different suppliers be, to what could be the data coming out, at what frequency, with what kind of statistical thing. We have the best of the industry who is working with us. You have a gentleman sitting out here who has contributed a huge amount, and I am sure we will see a lot more from him. And there are lots more people. You know the names. I need not get into the names. So at every point, if you have the best of the industry contributing at every aspect of building the whole system, building the statistical thing, I don't see why we should go terribly wrong, number one. You talked about niche channels, so I will just See, world over, niche channels are not measured, have not been measured the way we handle it out here.
Right.
I mean, there are enough
So
references.
are you going to measure niche channels differently than in?
Maybe. That's again, some of our experts who are sitting with us would all come in together to put that together. On your second point about integrity of people, see, I don't know whether you have got the whole scheme of things. So we have broken the whole piece up instead of a vertically aligned system.
Sure.
We have broken the whole piece up into panel management guys.
Right,
These are
absolutely.
guys who knows the homes, and it's very important. These are guys who knows the homes but doesn't have any visibility of the data. They have no visibility of the data, which comes through GSM lines straight to our servers, right? We have technology guys who has visibility to the data, but they don't know which are the homes. They know only an ID. That's it.
Right.
So what we are trying to do in effect is that the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Trying to make it a foolproof system so that even I personally won't be able to do anything about a rating which is come through the normal process. So from an integrity point of view, we are not leaving it to any chance.
Thank you, Paritosh. Thank you, Partho. Thank you so much.
BARC looking confident there. Let's take a break here. Coming up ahead, brand Smiley launches in India.